Hey guys, D-Man here, and today I am doing my top favorite superpowers, or my top 10 powers I wish I had, because there's 10 powers, and I wish I had each and every one of these powers. Of course, there's a lot more powers I wish I had. Um, there is one off of My Hero Academia. There's a super villain, I forgot his name, but basically he can like remoleculize things and like rearrange them. It's a really cool power, but it didn't make it into this list sadly. So this is the top 10 superpowers I wish I could have if superpowers were real. What's or not, sadly. This is my top 10 superpowers I wish I could have. If you have any superpowers you wish you could have, tell me in the comments, I guess. So let's get into it. My first superpower I wish I could have is super speed. Um, who wouldn't want super speed? I know in reality there's like people say like if you actually had super speed, like the atmosphere and stuff would burn up. That would suck. But if you could actually have super speed without that happening, it'd be awesome. And I'm talking about like more Flash super speed because Flash is like the fastest. At least I know there's probably somebody faster out there, but the Flash is what I'm basing it off of. He's been back in time because of his speed. He has been so fast that time has basically stood still. He has the ability to super read things, like just flip through books. As you can see, like Superman doing that too. He also has that ability. But it's really awesome that all the stuff that he can do. Although there is a major drawback of this, um, I remember there was a comic book or something similar to that. I forgot exactly what it was, but it was a Quicksilver, and when he was like asked like, "What's life like for you?" Or something like that, he basically said that life is like living constantly in a line because when he has to slow down to regular people speed, it's like so slow for him that it's like constantly like he's in a line, like he's in a long lineup, and it sucks. So that would be a horrible a horrible like just a horrible downside. Is when you slow down, everything would be so slow to you, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, this is so slow. This is so boring." But super speed is number 10 because it's so awesome. Number 9 though barely beat it, but it did because it's flying. Who doesn't want to fly? Everybody wants to fly. I mean, I guess not everybody, but flying would be awesome. If you could fly like a bird, it'd be like that song. Fly like a bird. But yeah, who wouldn't want to fly? Flying would be awesome. And if you had flying powers and you fell to the ground, do you get fall damage or would you die? That's a question I have. If you had the ability to fly, does that mean that you can land on the ground safely without dying? But could you imagine if you had flying powers and super speed, like Superman does? Now that would be awesome. But flying would be freaking awesome. Super speed slightly behind flying, but flying super awesome because who doesn't want to fly? And at number 8, we have Psychokinesis. Psychokinesis is where you can like lift stuff up with your mind, like objects and stuff. And it'd be super awesome to have this power just because you could lift stuff up with your mind. You could move stuff super easy. Like if you wanted to move a bunch of stuff out of your house, it's just like snapping my finger, everything's out, man. And you could also make yourself fly with this too. If you think about it, you can make yourself fly with this because psychokinesis. You'd be awesome. It's pretty awesome. Like the characters I think about when I think of psychokinesis, I think of Mob from Psycho 100. I think of the characters off of One Punch Man right here, as you can see, these little characters right here. The green-haired girl and the black-haired girl, they both have psychokinesis. I also think of Jean Grey from X-Men. Just psychokinesis is an awesome power. Who wouldn't want psychokinesis? Like, if I could have psychokinesis, that'd be awesome because I could fly, I could move faster, I wouldn't have to lift heavy things. Who likes lifting heavy things? You just lift whatever you want. If you want something from the fridge, you just like, okay, there's psychokinesis. There's a downside to this. It'd probably make you super lazy. That's pretty much the only downside I would say to this. It'd make you super lazy. And I guess like the government might want to experiment on you, but that would happen with all these powers anyways. The government would want to experiment on you. But yeah, psychokinesis might make you pretty lazy. But yeah, awesome power. And at number seven, oh, that's not number seven. At number seven, we have magic. Why magic per se? Because magic's awesome. I'm not talking about like the fake magic that we have in real life because real magic doesn't exist. Or if it does, I've never seen it. But I'm talking about real magic. Could you imagine, like, just imagine off of every movie or cartoon or anime or book or manga or comic book that you've seen people using magic in? Could you imagine just having a fracture of that magic in real life? Just having a fracture of that magic would be freaking awesome and totally insane. You just be like, oh, like I could do this magic thing, I could do this magic thing. I don't even know fake magic. I would love to learn fake magic, by the way. That'd be pretty cool. I know you could if you took a long enough time to learn it, but wouldn't it be awesome just to have real magic? If you could have like all the magic that you saw off of like TV and stuff like that, or books, then you'd be set for life. Because that's even better than psychokinesis, because you could just move stuff with magic, or just like do pretty much anything with magic. Magic is, but magic doesn't win out, sadly, over the rest of my picks. But magic is pretty awesome. The next one at number six, we have the ability to absorb energy or just like absorb stuff, absorb energy. And there's three examples I have for this. The first one is Black Panther's suit off the movie. He can absorb kinetic energy, like if someone punches him or if he gets hit by a car or something like that. His suit absorbs it, and then he can punch it back at you or kick it back at you. That would be awesome to have. Could you imagine that? Just being hit by a car, and then you're like, oh, it didn't hurt. But this one, you punch the car and you basically destroy it because you had the power of that car behind you, including your own strength. Then there's another one, Bishop, where basically he can absorb like energy blasts and stuff like that. Like if you shoot lasers at him and stuff like that, he can absorb it and shoot it back at you. He usually has a gun attached to him because he can't shoot it properly back at you. But it'd be awesome if you had that power. Like someone just shot lasers at you or whatever they had at you, and then you just absorbed it and you shot it back at them because you're just like, I'm super powerful, so. That'd be awesome. And then there's Rogue's ability. Rogue can absorb mutant powers of other mutants and other people with powers. She can absorb their powers and use it for a short amount of time. Now, that is also an ability that would be super awesome. You could absorb someone's power and use it for a short amount of time. That'd be awesome. Could you imagine if you had like all three of these absorbing powers at once? Then you'd be super badass and super overpowered as well. Not only can you take hits and energy blasts, but you can also absorb other people's powers and be like, hey, yeah, I'm absorbing your power and I'm going to use it myself. Just like Rogue. um, and then at number, let's see, we're at number 6. So at number 5, we have shapeshifting. So why do I like shapeshifting so much? I was thinking when I was making this list, I really love Beast Boy's power. Beast Boy has the power to shapeshift into any animal. But then I was just like, I don't only want that though. What about Raven's power? Or Mystique, I guess, as most people call her. She has the power to, like, shapeshift into people, but I only think that she has the power to shapeshift into people. And I know this is not. This is kind of weird what Google puts when you put in shapeshifting, but whatever. So I thought, like, what if you combine Beast Boy and also Mystique's power together, and you make an ultimate shapeshifting power. But I would also put the power to shapeshift into objects and stuff like that, because I want to be able to make my hands metal to punch somebody. That'd be pretty cool. Kind of like absorbing man. I don't know if that's his name exactly, but there is a character off of Marvel that he can absorb like metal and stuff like that, and like his body will turn into it. But if you had shape shifting powers that you could like turn yourself into any animal, any person, or anything, you could just turn parts of your body into just things. Just like, oh, I want my hand to be a hammer right now, or I want my hand to be metal right now, or I want my whole body to be like that. And if you go a little bit further, you could maybe make it like Jake's power off of Adventure Time, where you can like shapeshift your hands to grow extra long, or shapeshift yourself to shrink, or shapeshift yourself to grow. It'd be really cool. Shapeshifting, there's so much ways you could use this, and it's really cool just to think about. Like, you could just use it to turn into somebody, or turn into an animal, or just turn into something. It'd be a badass power, and it'd be awesome to have. I just love the idea to just be able to shapeshift into whatever I want. That's just an awesome idea. And then, of course, we have at number 4, teleportation. Who doesn't want to teleport? And there's a few things I was thinking about. Well, I was thinking about teleportation. I was thinking about Portal, like off of the Portal free franchise, where they have the portal gun, and you just basically make 2 points of entry. You go through one, you go out the other one. I was thinking that'd be pretty cool to have. But wouldn't Nightcrawler's ability be pretty cool to have? He can just like teleport people and objects and stuff like that. He can just teleport anywhere. He's not, of course, he's not super powerful with his teleports, but he is powerful. And then there was another one I thought about. There is a girl off of X-Men, or off of Marvel Comics, I guess. I don't think it's off of X-Men specifically. But she's an Omega level mutant. Basically like a super powerful mutant. And she's a teleporter. So basically she can teleport large objects without even being next to them. Like planes, helicopters, hell, she even teleported an entire facility once. Like she just teleported the whole thing. She does have a few drawbacks to her powers though, like when she teleports to other people, they die. But her powers are pretty cool because she can teleport like giant things and small things and teleport herself as well. And also, she can teleport things out of your body. Or at least like it's insinuated that she can. She teleported Wolverine's claws out of him, and she also it's insinuated that she teleported somebody's insides out of them because she got mad at him and he just died. He started to bleed out. Could you imagine if you had that ability? That'd be like the most precise teleporting ability ever. You're like, oh, you want to fight me? Well, guess what? Your bones are gone. Teleportation, your bones out of your body. I wish I had her teleporting abilities without the effects of killing people when I teleported them, because she has like super awesome teleporting abilities. If you just took away that part where she kills people when she teleports them, her abilities would be freaking awesome, and probably some of the best teleporting abilities I've ever seen. Omega level, baby. Omega level. But yeah, teleportation is definitely my number 4. I guess if you had magic, you could also do teleportation. But teleportation would be awesome. Especially if you had like Omega level teleportation. That'd be awesome. At number 3, we have super healing. And the two people that you think about with super healing is Wolverine and Deadpool. I guess you could also say the Hulk too, because the Hulk has also has super healing as well. He's had his like entire skin and muscle frame almost ripped off of his body and healed from it in a few seconds. Wolverine has been nuked and healed back to normal because his bones were left. Wade has healed from nothing more than an arm. There's even a story where Wolverine was nothing more than a blood spot because he got like incinerated to the point where he was nothing more than a blood spot, and he still healed back from that. But superhuman healing would be awesome to have. There's like so much benefits to it. Like you just don't die because no one can kill you, depending on how powerful your superhero healing is, obviously. But it'd just be awesome to have. There's benefits. Like I'm pretty sure I've heard of this before that super healing gives you like super, like you can get super strength in it because you can make muscles more faster. It gives you like stamina. Like you never really run out of stamina because like your body is always healing itself. It's always like renewing all this energy and stuff like that. So you never really run out of stamina. So you never really have to sleep or anything like that. So it's pretty cool like that. Um, like drugs and alcohol and stuff don't work on you. Maybe some people would be like, "Oh, that's a shame," but drugs and alcohol don't work on you. So if someone tries to like shoot you with a train dart, doesn't work. If someone tries to get you drunk, doesn't work. Poisons don't work on you. So and poisons don't work on you, and neither you would never get sick either. Like sickness would not affect you. I guess you could say Deadpool is sick because, but he had cancer before he had the healing ability, and the healing ability affected the cancer. So, but if you had super healing ability, you would never get sick. And then there's the downsides. As I previously said, you couldn't get drunk or use drugs. Some people might think that as a downside. Personally, I wouldn't really care. Um, there is the point. There is the fact that you will probably live longer or even be immortal to a certain extent. Like maybe you'll be like Wolverine, where you just live for a couple hundred years longer, or like thousands of years longer, or maybe you'll just be completely immortal, and you might find that a downside. But is it worth it to have super healing? I don't know. It's up to you. Would you want to live a few extra hundred, maybe even thousand years to being completely immortal, but being able to basically just take everything because you can heal from anything? Super healing, no, awesome ability, and I would love to have super healing. Hopefully before I get cancer. Hopefully I don't get cancer at all, but if I did get cancer, hopefully it'd be before I got cancer, because I don't want to look like Wade. Just saying. And then at number super healing was at number 3. At number 2, we have like unbridled power or uncontrollable power. And there are 4 people I thought about when I thought about uncontrollable power. Now I know this is unspecific, and I can't really like define it, but I'm just talking about power in general. There's 4 people. The first one being the Hulk. The Hulk has uncontrollable power. He gets so angry, and the more he gets angry, the more power he has. It's been to the point where he's been World Breaker Hulk, where basically he stomped on the ground and it shook the world. And then there's also like Hard the Monster Hulk, where he basically could destroy a planet with one punch. So that's crazy. And then there's Nine Tails. There's a picture right there. Naruto with the Nine Tails power, although that's not the most powerful power there is. But like before he learned how to control, it was really powerful and stuff and cool. But I guess after he learned how to control, it's super powerful still. But yeah, there's like Naruto Nine Tails. Um, there's a person called Matthew. His name is Matthew. He's an Omega level mutant. And basically, his power outrivals every other mutant that you've seen. He's not really in the story, and we don't know the extent of his powers because he got killed off fairly fast. But basically, his powers are so strong that he came back from dying after he got nuked. He rebuilt himself. he destroyed like city blocks and stuff. He just destroyed a lot of things, and he had like this unbridled, uncontrollable power, and it was super awesome. And then I was also thinking about Mob from Mob Psycho 100. Mob, when he gets like knocked out or angry or something like that, he can have this like uncontrollable power, and it's really cool. So like an uncontrollable power like that would be super awesome. You would have to learn how to contain it, or at least contain some of it, but you would never be able to contain all of it. At least like in the Hulk's case and stuff like that, you'd never be able to contain all of it. But it'd be super awesome to have a power so powerful that it can overrun you. I mean, that wouldn't be awesome per se because you could hurt a lot of people, you could hurt yourself, you could hurt other things. But it'd be super cool to have a power that's that powerful. Like, what if? Like, I'm surprised that in My Hero Academia, there's not people with powers like that are so powerful that they have to be contained in certain places or something like that because they're a danger to themselves and people around them. Like they're omega level powered. um, but yeah, but whatever. But yeah, like a power like that would be awesome. And then that leads us to our number one, super intelligence. A lot of you might be thinking, why super intelligence? What's so good about super intelligence? Well, let me tell you, my good sir, or good ma'am, or good people. Super intelligence is my favorite power out of all powers. Because if you're super intelligent, uh, you can just make something that you can fly on, or you can just make something that you're super fast with. You can outwit your opponents. They could have like the power of a god, but you can outwit them, and you'd be like, okay, you have the power of God, but guess what? I'm outwitting you, and I could do this, and I could make this thing, or I could do this thing. Uh, Basically, it doesn't give you like an automatic win, but it does give you the beginnings of a win. Because if you're super intelligent, that means that you have the ability to think of something that can help you win even against the most powerful of foes. You could be fighting against a literal god like Dr. Manhattan or something like that, and you could still think of something that could perhaps even like destroy him or weaken him or anything like that. Just having a power that's super intelligence, where your mind's just like on a totally different level from normal humans. You're just like, yeah, I'm super intelligent. I don't need all this. I'm just like gonna do this instead. Uh, and it'd be just the awesomest power to have. I don't know why. I just love super intelligence. It'd just be an awesome power to have. Just because I don't know, you could be like Batman. Batman doesn't have like a super intelligent power, but he is super intelligent and he can like make plans to take down stronger foes. But you'd be like that, but 100,000 times better. And you could just make things. It'd be awesome. Like Iron Man suit would have nothing on the suit you would make because you're super intelligent. But yeah, man, I just love super intelligence. Like if I had a power choice, super intelligence would definitely be on the top. I don't know if I'd pick super intelligence, but it would be on the top of my list to pick. I'd be like, I might go super intelligence because super intelligence is awesome. Although that would probably change you as a person completely. Let's be honest, all these powers would probably change you as a person completely. If you had any of these powers, you might go mad with power, you might be good, you might be bad, who knows. But super intelligence is my number one spot. Um, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have a superpower that you like, tell me in the comments. If you want to tell me anything else in the comments, tell me, I guess. Like, subscribe, share this video. Uh, and as always, my friends, stay sane. Peace. Guys, just telling you, if you click one of these boxes, you will either go to my most recent video or a video that YouTube thinks you will like. And if you click on my face, right here, you will go subscribe to my channel. I guess you won't go anywhere. You'll subscribe. Anyways, that's enough, guys. Peace.